Okay, to start off the talks on guitars, the biggest thing I can tell you is don't be a brand whore. Um, just because it says Gibson or Breedlove or Fender or whatever doesn't make it any better than any other guitar. The main thing, the guitar needs to feel good to you and it needs to sound good to you. Especially for a beginner, it needs to feel good. If you have this expensive guitar and it doesn't feel good, and it hurts your hands, you're not going to want to play it and you're going to give up. Which brings me to the second point. Beginners, especially, start off with an electric guitar. Electric guitar is going to be a lot easier on your fingers, and same thing, you're not going to want to give up as quickly. Um, as far as guitars go, there's a link that I'm going to post to the guitar player's website for the article that I was talking about. They had a list of the top 34 guitars under $499. Um, and they have it narrowed down at the end to like their top 11. And for the most part, I played a handful of those, and I would agree. Uh, they listed Jay Terzer guitars and Sterling by Music Man. I own both of those. Got them really cheap on eBay, and they both, uh, especially the Sterling by Music Man. I was blown away. It's probably hands down the best guitar I've played or owned, especially after having it set up by Luthier. Um, Bring me in next point. Whenever you're getting a cheap guitar or cheaper budget guitar, one that's a good deal, whatever you want to say, uh, the first thing that I would do is have it set up, of course. Um, it's going to play better. It's going to feel better once it's been set up. The second thing, spend money on is pickups. Get rid of the crap that they have in there. Uh, Unless you happen to like it. If you do, whatever. But the fastest way to make your cheap guitar sound like $1,000,000 is to get a good set of pickups. The J Terzer that I have, I put some Lindy Fralin blues specials in there, and it sounds amazing. It sounds better than any Squire that you could get at the music store, or even I think better than a lot of regular American or Mexican-made Telecasters. Great sound just by switching out your electronics. Uh, Another thing helps a little bit switching out your pots and switch to higher quality. But one thing you have to realize when you're dealing with these cheaper guitars, they look a lot like the name brands, like it's a Telecaster copy or it's a Stratocaster copy or a Les Paul copy. In order to keep from being sued by the company that they're modeling it after, all the specs are just a little bit off of what the the original model is. So one of the problems I ran into in the beginning was I bought the J Terzer guitar and thought I was going to be able to buy a Fender Telecaster neck and be able to swap it out. But the J Terzer guitar's neck pocket is way too wide, and the guitar tech said even shimming the neck wasn't going to be able to get that neck on there. So parts don't always fit right if you're trying to put uh, Fender Telecaster parts on a Telecaster copy or whatever model you're using. Um, Going along with that, another thing you'll run into, one, I had two J Terzer Telecaster copies, and I had a nice Fender hard case, and one of the J Terzer Telecaster copies wouldn't fit in the nice expensive case that I bought for it. So that's another thing you're going to run into. Specific made cases for guitars don't always fit the copies. Um, Once again, I'm going to post the link to the page that gives you the list of their guitar players' top 34 guitars under $499, and I will be posting more updates soon.